On the surface, what it means to be a mother may appear obvious, but for the women and families that have experienced the death of a child, and for our discussion, specifically the loss of a baby, motherhood is a tremendously difficult subject. My name is Alexis Marie Chute. When my own son Zachary died at birth from a tumor around his heart, I was thrust into a new life, a new normal they call it, and for years I felt so alone. Unfortunately, that feeling is all too common. Through this panel discussion between 5 brave mothers who have opened up their experience for us, I hope that fewer women and men will feel such isolation. I believe that openness and community can transform the new normal life into a journey of shared pain, but also shared support, healing, and joy, as individuals are encouraged to talk about their losses, and they are met with listening ears, shoulders to cry on, and compassion. The statistics around child loss are staggering, but they're hard to appreciate unless you or someone you know have experienced it. Now, as we put faces and stories to this taboo subject, I am honored to introduce the women on our panel. This is Trina. Her daughter Caitlin died 8 days after birth from an intracranial brain hemorrhage caused by a tumor. That was 2 years ago.
We were able to spend the last 7 hours without any tubes or anything on her, and we just held her in the hospital. They set up a room for us, and our whole family and some close friends were able to come in and say goodbye to her. I never gave her up. I was holding her the whole entire time.
This is Tony.
I had had bleeding quite a bit throughout my pregnancy, but just everyone's, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing. And so I just shrugged it off like it was nothing. And it was actually a week before I went into labor, I told my friend, I said, I know I'm pregnant, I know there's a baby, but I said, I don't see myself with a baby in the end of this.
At 22 weeks gestation, an infection and incompetent cervix caused Tony's son, Theodore, to pass away. It has been 2 years since Theodore's death. This is Candace. 1 year ago, when she was 18 weeks pregnant, Candace went into preterm labor and delivered her daughter, Emery.
I felt her heartbeat, and I touched her cheek, and she like moved into my hand, like towards my hand, the kind of like the feeding response, and then soon after that, her heart stopped beating.
Emery was not yet developed enough to survive outside the womb. This is Sarah.
My first daughter's name was Ruby. I had what seemed like a perfect, easy pregnancy with her. My husband and I planned on getting pregnant. We were totally excited and totally naive.
Ruby Jane was stillborn at 38 weeks gestation due to an unknown cause. That was 3 years ago. This is Tara. At her 34-week OBGYN appointment, only 7 days before her scheduled cesarean section, Tara learned her son Connor had died in utero.
So she said, that's his heart. I mean, you can see it's not moving. I just wailed. This horrific cry came from me. I just started begging her to please save him, to do anything. And, she said of course she couldn't. There was nothing she could do.
Tara is 1 year from her loss.